everyone, we are here today in the meta shape of the Metavisionaries. We are situated in an outer space setting, and today we are going to have a tour of the meta ship gallery. The gallery that you see behind me is one of its kind because one, we are having digital artworks that talk about the space and general concepts of metaverse. So today, let me show you um, each one of these artworks and let's talk about the space art. So we're going to talk about in general what's the role of space, why it's important to visualize these narratives, and obviously space is one of those topics that is something that we really want to look forward to. We want to create more awareness about, and let's start from here in fact. So this artwork is done in response to this telescope, James Webb Telescope. Obviously, it's a great invention, and through this artwork, what we wanted to show was that how this telescope has brought together a lot of new images, new resolution, and it's just such a great technology. So through this artwork, I was trying to portray the journey of the telescope itself. So how it started off from a prototype and then it became a technology that we eventually launched last year. So again, this piece is from last year, so that's what I'm talking about. And this telescope was launched in suborbital plane. So I mean, that's what you see in the image that person is lying down and is imagining what the world would look like, you know, thanks to this technology. So it's almost like a tribute um, to this technology. And this artwork was in fact a collaboration with Dr. Tara Redley because she is the former chief scientist of NASA, and she was talking about the planetary sciences and the role of space. So yeah, grateful to have produced this work, and this is the piece that talks about this technology. Moving forward, we have more artworks like these, which is part of the collection that Metavisionaries launched. So this collection, obviously, these are the characters from the metaverse, and they are looking at space in a very different way because obviously in the future, this might be the way that we dress up. We see very cyborg-looking, futuristic aesthetics, and it's also a bit of a mix of culture here and there as well. And the entire idea behind me coming up with this collection was that we somehow bring together the cultures from around the world in this collection and obviously show different identities, different skin representations, and people from different backgrounds in this collection so that we can kind of start imagining how we human beings as spacelings in space would co-inhabit the space and coexist. So that's the entire idea, that how we bring together the shared experiences, we can coexist in harmony and invite different cultures to live together, and so that we can learn from each other. So I think it's important for us to envision how the future look like for not just one kind of people, but just different, like the people from around the world can be part of this project. And it's an ongoing project, and the name of this project was Shared Space Cosmic Collisions. And the reason behind was that we want to show the technology, but at the same time not lose sight of the heritage, the importance of traditions and culture in general. And therefore the characters that you see, each one of them is coming from a different background. Like this girl is an Indian girl, but she has blue hair. So again, we appreciate people expressing themselves. So let's talk about the space in general. And I think it's great that we have a space art gallery because, what's better way to talk about art and space other than, being in the environment. It's great because we can see the planets outside. It's so magical. So let's see the artworks on this side. As I was speaking, these are the artworks. This is one of the artworks that I did that fuses together the technology of 3D art, 3D painting, and AI. So AI is one of the top tools that people are using to imagine the things that they only dreamed of. And so AI and machine learning together gives us this opportunity to think about ourselves and how we see ourselves in space. This is one character that I first did a 3D render of. And then the costume that you see, like this entire space outfit inspired by space suits and sustainable fashion is also inspired by the African culture and how they portrayed so beautifully. So I was reimagining their culture in space, and it's quite interesting because this process is quite different from other projects that I've done so far. So here, for example, the dress was taken in bits and pieces. Its textures were imported in the 3D software, and from there, I did the texture mapping and emotion mapping of these dresses, and then it was turned into this outfit. So the entire process was, very technical, and therefore the character that you see here, it's quite differently executed when I compare it with my other art books. So well, I think this is the beauty of today's technology with AI and data collection, that we can use the data collection in so many different ways, and this is just one example of how the custom code and the data was run to create an image using an AI. And you even have a lot of tools today to create something similar, but this is an example of custom AI, right? As I was saying, but you can even use tools that are readily available to do something similar. And then we have these artworks, which are again part of the collection that I did for Metavisionaries. These are again the extension of the same project, and here you see this one, this character, which is a spacesuit designed to empower women. Because again, when we talk about technology and space, not many women are being represented in this domain. So this artwork was done as like a poster that shows obviously some traditional elements integrated within the spacesuit as well, but just to generally show the role of women in tech, and to kind of support and encourage women to come forth and join this field. Spacesuit designing itself is a very interesting field when it comes to the space sciences in general. This spacesuit, I imagined, thinking about the latest alloy structures and just the compression materials that should be used in the spacesuit, keeping in mind that today we have this state of the art spacesuit with NASA, but even that has some, setbacks. So just to reimagine the spacesuit in a very cultural way, I did this artwork to kind of reimagine that. And compression materials are quite important when we think about spacesuits in general, and how we can make spacesuits more efficient, more, with more features. Like, some spacesuits can even have like the entire spacecraft within it. It can have like such little ecosystem of, producing energy in space and utilizing the energy that is already there around it, and for the human benefit, because it's something that the astronauts will be using for more and more exploration of the space. So yeah, these are some of the ideas that I explored in this collection, because making it visible just creates more um, you know more impact when we talk about what's possible with the space in general, and how space can create more avenues for us to explore. Thank you. All right, everyone. So this was just one of the sessions, and this is Aisha here. I'll be doing more sessions like this where we talk about space and its general use in our meta ships. So please do look out for this and follow us for more content where you can learn about how creativity, fusion of technology, art, and just tech and AI can come together, and we can do so much more with it. So